Thank you, Mr. President. The Universal Declaration guarantees freedom of expression and the freedom to receive and impart information through any media. Guided by these principles, a coalition of human rights defenders, including UN Watch, gathered from around the world last week at the Second Geneva Summit for Human Rights, Tolerance and Democracy. We adopted the Geneva Declaration on Internet Freedom. The preamble reads as follows. Recognizing that the Internet is a universal space for communication and the exchange of ideas that can promote freedom and mutual understanding among all people, regardless of race, religion, geography, or economic status. Affirming that suppression of independent thought by censoring websites constitutes a violation of Article 19 of the Universal Declaration. Considering that there are particular countries in which Internet freedom is under a grave and gathering threat, with imprisoned political dissidents, journalists, and bloggers who are in urgent need of protection by the international community. Recalling the proposed 2008 directive of the European Parliament concerning the EU Global Online Freedom Act, in particular, its finding that authoritarian states such as Belarus, Burma, China, Cuba, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, North Korea, Saudi Arabia, Syria,
Excuse me, there is a point of order. The distinguished representative of Cuba.
Thank you, Mr. President. I take the floor on a point of order for you to comply with your obligation and to call the attention of this NGO, but many others too, that this is a debate on general matters. There should be proper respect for the procedures of this body. Of course, it's not a debate for any sort of propaganda and politicized declarations for other fora quite outside the United Nations. Thank you.
I thank you, and I agree that human rights situations do not arise in a vacuum, and that it is important to address them in their proper context. And at the same time, all speakers are expected to address the relevant agenda item. Now, as long as the speaker is addressing human rights issues relevant to the agenda item under consideration, it is in order for the speaker to situate his or her comments within the context of a particular country or countries. So with this in mind, I will now give back the floor to the NGO representative. You have the floor.
The Declaration therefore affirms that everyone has the right to equal access to the Internet, regardless of race, religion, ethnic, or geographical origin. Everyone has the right to the free flow of information and freedom of expression without fear of discrimination. Any attempt to restrict or intimidate people from free, uncensored, secure access of Internet constitutes a fundamental abridgment of human rights and undermines the promotion of peace and world order. Mr. President,